Hello! I am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel! Today I have an exciting reading. I am bringing back my pick a card videos. I haven't done one of these in forever, so I'm super excited. It does just so happen to be a Cancer new moon, and if you know me, you know I'm a Cancer moon. So I'm excited for this new moon, and I don't know, I just wanted to bring it back. So I was doing these for new moons and full moons, so that's what we'll be doing from here on out. I just kind of stopped for a while, but we're back. It's a pick a card reading. Are you guys ready? So the way I do this, I start out by shuffling the oracle cards. Oh, and 2 came out right away. Very nice. I'm going to pick 4 of these. There's 1. Yeah, we'll go with this one. And boom, there's 4. Nice and easy. The oracle cards tend to come out pretty easily for me. I'm going to flip each of these cards over, and as I do, I want you to pay attention to how they make you feel. I guess I should have said this, but now's a good time to take some deep breaths, to ground yourself a bit, and just pay attention when that little ding goes off in your head, and that will be the reading for you. All right, are we ready? So first we have Imagine. Next is Flexible. Third is Clean It Up. And 4th is Blessed. So I want you to look at all these cards. Look at each one. Oh, oops, sorry. Look at each one and take your time. Which one is speaking to you the most? And it's totally cool if more than one is speaking out to you. If you're kind of feeling drawn to 2 or more, that's totally fine. You can just watch both of those readings or whatever. You can watch all 4 of them if you'd like, but I'll give you another second. All right, I'm gonna get into the readings. So I have timestamps in the description, so you can just click straight to whichever reading you are feeling called to, and I will see you there. All right, we are starting with the Imagine card. Very curious about this one. But let's start shuffling out our tarot cards. Okay. That one just jumped right out. I love when that happens. Oh my god, this one is the same thing. Jeez. There you go. All right, these are all just popping right out. These cards are very excited. That's so funny when that happens. All right, and then going straight into shadow cards. There we go. And there we go. All right, let's dive in to this reading. So we already saw some of these, but first we have Page of Swords, Six of Wands, the Hermit reversed, Seven of Cups reversed, Page of Swords reversed, and Ace of Wands reversed. I do want to just say really quick, this Hermit reversed card, I've been doing a little series on the shorts part of YouTube. I'm still very new to it, but I've been going through with each card and really describing them in depth. So I just put out a Hermit reversed card video. So if you feel particularly drawn to that card, I highly recommend you go check that video out. It's a short one, I promise. So before I go specifically with these, how I always do going into each card, I want to say that just like first impressions, this is all feeling very blue to me. Like obviously this is very blue, but I don't know, the blue is just really jumping out at me. We have this blue sky here, blue sky here. This is very blue. We've got blue in here. This lightning is, I don't know, reading very blue. This person's smoke looks very blue to me. I don't know. I feel like that's really connecting this whole reading together. Which for me, that blue is feeling very watery, and which makes sense given this timing right now. I mean, a Cancer new moon, that's incredibly watery. Water is associated with emotions, feelings, your inner world, intuition, all of that. So I feel like that's what this reading is about here. So yeah, we've got this Page of Swords. We also have it here, but first, we've got this Page of Swords above the Seven of Cups reversed. With all of the page cards, they represent someone who is very excited to start something. They're very optimistic, feeling very adventurous. They're very enthusiastic. I usually describe them as being childlike, wondrous, So specifically with Page of Swords, that's very mental. Swords is all about mental things like communication or just critical thinking like that. So I think with this new thing, this new era, this new chapter, you're very excited about it, which is good. But with the Seven of Cups below that, Seven of Cups is all about being tricked, being deceived, or disillusioned, especially when it's reversed. It's got a temptation kind of feel to it. Like things are too good to be true. And I mean, seeing the Page of Swords above that, it's almost a feeling of being taken advantage of, someone trying to take advantage of you or your situation. It's someone who is so excited to jump into the next thing or make progress or something along those lines that they become they're not thinking enough about every decision that they make. And especially, moving on to this next part here, we got Six of Wands, which I love to see Six of Wands. I mean, that's all about this big success that you see, a very public success, right? Having a lot of eyes on you, getting a lot of recognition like that for how well you're doing. And there's that Page of Swords reversed below that, which is the more challenging side of Page of Swords, which is, going in too much too fast. Maybe burning yourself out, maybe not seeing things for how they really are, not taking the time to slow down and think critically. Which nothing in this is making me think that it's anything disastrous, but I feel like this is more so about just making sure that whatever those next steps are, whatever those next steps you take end up being, we're doing it in the best way possible. just to avoid anything that might happen in the future that probably won't destroy anything, but obviously we want to be making the best decisions here, right? So yeah, from all of this, I kind of gather, again, like I said, this whole spread feels very watery, so I feel like this is definitely more of an emotional thing, just taking control, or not taking control, but having more control over your emotions, not doing things too much too fast. And then over here, we've got this Hermit reversed, which also kind of implies that you're, with this excitement that you're having, at least right now, you're still kind of closed off, isolated, alone, as opposed to like going out in the world and doing things, So, having the Hermit reversed, it mainly just means that going out and even just talking to other people, getting outside perspectives is really helpful. The Hermit is somebody who does a lot of self-reflection, inner work, thinking, But at some point when this card is reversed, it means, okay, it's you've done enough of that for now. It's time to step outside of that, because you don't want to be stuck in your own head and in your world for too long, right? I think by getting that outside perspective, talking to people who you love and trust outside of all of this, I think that will help give you some more perspective and will help prevent you from doing this too much too fast, Well, that, and also whatever the situation is of being tempted to do something, or I don't know, something that seems too good to be true, something that's not what you think it is. And then with this Ace of Wands that is underneath, or Ace of Wands reversed, that's underneath the Hermit reverse, it's just saying that by being isolated, and I'm saying isolated pretty vaguely, by being a little too much in your head, keeping it all very mental and not doing that much, it is or will lead to this situation of being bored, essentially. Ace of Wands, it's all about having this spark to do something. It's the spark of an idea. It's when you get this really good idea, and in your head you're like, oh wait, I can do this, and then I can also do this, and maybe if I ask this person, they can help me with this, and you just are thinking and thinking because you're so excited about this thing. You got that fire in you, Ace of Wands is the opposite of that. Or Ace of Wands reversed is the opposite of that. It's having that spark kind of die out before you really started anything. You kind of got bored of it just before you even really started planning it, So I think if you continue to just stay in your head about it, then that could lead to that lack of energy. Why don't we pull another card just to get a little more information about this thing? Because it's a little vague. That was fast. Jesus. Strength. Okay. So actually, I did a shorts video about this one too, if you're curious. Strength is all about confidence. Okay, so I think that this situation, if it were to arise, it would have something to do with, again, maybe getting burned out by this, maybe feeling just kind of so overwhelmed by your thoughts and all of this that you don't feel strong enough to be able to handle some particular thing, or you don't feel confident enough to do it. Again, strength, just like the rest of this, it's very blue here. Very much related to your emotions and how you handle those negative emotions. So I think that might end up bringing you to a place where you're getting help or advice or doing something that's not going to help you. It's that too good to be true, that tricking you, the disillusionment, all of that. So I think yeah, just keep in mind with this to stay confident, to, you know, when you get to those tough times. She's got this line, right? Instead of becoming frazzled and scared, remember to just like take that deep breath and be like, okay, how can I handle this in a way that will help me the best, right? Instead of running to something that might end up hurting you, just kind of be like, okay, I can handle this. I know I can handle this. Let me think about what my next step will be. Because, I mean, we got 6 of Wands here. 6 of Wands is excellent. It's very successful. Again, like I said, it's not the 10 of Wands. It's not the completion of something, but it's still, you know, as you're getting towards that end goal, feeling that like rush, almost like a second wind of like, okay, things are working out. This is working, this is fueling me to keep going, you know? So that's really good to see. So anyway, I think that's all I got out of this. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me. The best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok at The Witch of Jasmine. But I really hope that this gave you some kind of clarity, helps you figure out some next steps going forward. And I'm wishing you a lot of luck, of course. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Hello! All right, we are moving on to flexible. Very, very nice. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know we had, I think, like 2 moon readings this past month with that card, so curious if these will be related. Sorry, okay. So as I'm shuffling out these cards, as always, I invite you to take some deep breaths. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know. I always act so startled when they fall out like that, but it's because I am. I just don't expect them to do that. But I should, because they do that all the time. I don't know. All right, moving on to the shadow cards. Yeah, we'll pull you out. There you go. And you. Okay. There we go. All right, let's dive in to our tarot cards. We've got the Hermit, 7 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles reversed. Oops, oh my gosh. King of Cups reversed. Knight of Swords, and Temperance reversed. Yeah, interesting enough, this actually looks really similar to the reading I just did. So I'm curious how many of you felt drawn to both of those readings, the Imagine one as well as this one. But if not, that's totally fine. I just think that's interesting. Also, we have this Hermit card here, which also came up in the last one. But side note before I jump into this, I have been doing YouTube Shorts. I'm still very new to it. Where I've been doing these short videos on here where I go in depth and really explain each card. So I just recently put up videos about the Hermit card. So if you're feeling curious about this one or just particularly drawn to that card, I highly recommend you go check that out. So anyway, we got the Hermit above King of Cups reversed. So the Hermit is all about taking time for yourself, isolating yourself a bit, and just kind of getting away from all the noise of the real world, you know? Obviously, you don't want to isolate yourself completely, but kind of just taking a step back to look for inner guidance, looking really within yourself. And I think for you right now, it's because of this King of Cups reversed. King of Cups reversed is somebody who really struggles with regulating his emotions. He has all these emotions because Cups, is very watery. That's all about emotions and feelings in your inner world and all of that. So he has all of these emotions, but he just doesn't really know what to do with them. So he kind of, is either bottling them up, but it's mostly taking it out on other people, taking it out, having them all come out at the wrong time or in the wrong way. He might be using his emotions to manipulate others, to trick others, stuff like that. So I think you might be leaning towards that right now. Or maybe you're just dealing with somebody like that. But either way, it would be really helpful for you to kind of take a step back. If you're trying to figure out how to move forward, I think just taking that time within yourself to figure out how to move forward by looking inside your intuition, just doing some self-reflection, some thinking, and that's how you will figure out the answer on how to move forward. That being said, I will continue with this reading and give you some advice if I can. We got the Seven of Cups, which is all about disillusionment, trickery, deception, all of that. There is this feeling of a choice that you need to make with Seven of Cups, and you're kind of looking at all these choices and you are not seeing them clearly. Something looking too good to be true, something along those lines. And we've got this Knight of Swords below that. Knight of Swords is a very powerful energy. I mean, Knight of Swords, I call him like star athlete energy. He is incredibly ambitious. Nothing can stop this person. Like he's getting what he wants. He's going to do everything he can every day to get what he wants, So I think this is just, we have it upright. So I think this is just warning you to be cautious with whatever decisions you are making. Don't let this kind of cloud your judgment. Sometimes it's okay to just take your time if you can. Take your time when making these decisions. Don't rush it. Really make sure you're taking a look at whatever it is and make sure you're deciding based on facts, not just what things appear to be, but what they really are, So then we have this Ace of Pentacles reversed above the Temperance reversed. Ace of Pentacles is all about having a new opportunity, a new venture to take in life. But when it's reversed, it means that you are losing out on that opportunity. It's a missed opportunity. I can't say for sure if this is, because this doesn't feel like a chronological reading, so I'm not sure if this is like something you did miss or something you could miss. Whatever the case, you're missing it because of this Temperance reversed, which is a lack of balance. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to pull another card. This seems kind of vague, so I want to ask just for a little more clarification about that. Like, what's this opportunity? Okay. Friends! Oh, that's nice. Three of Cups. Okay, yeah, so this does have to do with some sort of relationship, like maybe a friendship. Yeah, Three of Cups is the card of friendship. Okay, well, there you go. That makes a lot more sense. So some sort of maybe a missed opportunity to make a friend, or this could also be community as well, to join some sort of community, some sort of club, I don't know. And that's because of this lack of balance. Maybe it's just kind of instability with yourself, you know, not going out enough, staying in too much, vice versa. Maybe like a work-life imbalance, something like that. So, I mean, essentially it's just saying that if you can find more balance in whatever area applies to you, then these opportunities will start to present themselves. And it probably has something to do with friendship, community, things like that. Whether it be a new friendship or just growing a friendship you have, something like that. Okay, yeah, this reading was really, I feel like this was very all over the place. Yeah, I don't feel like these are really connected. I feel like it's just one of those readings where it's all just a bunch of little messages that you needed to know. Oh, and I guess I should say with this flexible card too, what this is about is the best way I can describe this card is just the analogy that they use in the little book that describes all of these oracle cards, and they compare it to being like a tree, right? A big, strong tree that's very firmly, strongly rooted in the ground, right? And how, you know, when there's rain or a storm or a tornado or a hurricane or whatever it may be, you know, the tree does have to like move with it. You know, the tree doesn't just stand still like a building, but it kind of moves with these tough times. But at the end of the day, it's still very much rooted in the ground. It's not going anywhere, you know? So it's about being able to adapt to change, adapt to these difficult times, staying strong in that, but also staying strong in keeping yourself grounded and centered and on the right path, on the path that you want to be on, not letting yourself just get completely toppled over by all of these things, being flexible. So I hope that this helped you. If you have any questions about any of this, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me. The best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok at The Witch of Jasmine. But I really hope this gave you some sort of clarity. There's a lot of situations, but you know, I hope this helps you consider how you can take some next steps forward. So I'm wishing you a lot of luck. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Hello. All right, let's dive into Clean It Up. Interesting. I love seeing a card like this. I'll tell you what it means. I'm going to make you wait, but I do love seeing that kind of card. But anyway, as I'm shuffling out these cards, I invite you to take some deep breaths to ground yourself and to center yourself. Oh my gosh, I just had a thought pop into my head. I'm like, wait, do I want to say that out loud? But I guess I should. Promise me you won't click off when I say this, but the thought that popped into my head is make sure your mind is open to accept these things that you might not want to hear. A bonus card, that's fun. Okay, I hope that this is good. I don't know why that popped into my head. Anyway, this is the part of the reading where you're supposed to like relax and get comfortable. Not supposed to scare you off before we even started. Jeez. All right, there we go. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. All right, let's dive in. So for our tarot cards, we have the Lovers, Queen of Wands, Eight of Swords. We'll flip that one over whenever I feel like it's time to flip that over. Four of Wands reversed, the Emperor, and Six of Wands. Real quick before I really get into this, I want to mention that I've been making YouTube Shorts videos, which I've never made before, but I have a bunch of them out and I'm posting them every day where I'm really explaining each card in depth. I don't have that many cards out right now yet. It's going to take a while for me to go through all of them, but I do have videos that really explain the Lovers and the Emperor in depth. So if you're feeling particularly curious or just drawn to those cards, I highly recommend you go check those out. So having these two cards here are kind of interesting because they're kind of opposite in a way, kind of a contradiction. The Lovers, and again, I explain this in my videos, my little short videos, because it is one of the most misunderstood cards in tarot. The Lovers is all about balance and harmony, you know, not just working alongside someone, doing two different things at once, but really coming together and, you know, being able to merge really well with somebody or mesh really well with somebody, or two situations that are able to mesh really well together in a very harmonious way. And Four of Wands is kind of the opposite of that. Four of Wands is more specifically about like the home or your chosen home, whatever feels like home to you, and an instability with that, or a lack of communication going on. You know, it usually represents that there's some sort of tension with your family or someone in your family or your chosen family. Again, I'm saying home very vaguely. It's whatever feels like home for you, whoever feels like family for you. That all tells me that there's conflict going on, but it's very buried, or maybe it's just one-sided. You know, maybe you feel a type of way, but really, you know, on the outside, everything is fine, you know? Over here, we've got Queen of Wands and the Emperor, which I think is really interesting. We have that. It's making me think of the Lovers, of that, like, masculine and feminine. Both of them are upright, just, like, very harmoniously working together. I think that's interesting. Oh, yeah. Okay. I understand. I understand this reading now. I mean, this situation, I think it's all fine. I think, you know, when stuff like this comes up, I always have to ask, like, okay, there's a contradiction, which side is correct? Is it really just, things are fake on the outside, they're not as good as they really are? Or is it that you feel like they're not good, but they are, and you need to see that? I mean, not just open your eyes and see it, but like, let's figure out why there's that disconnect when everything is fine. And in this case, it's the latter. I think everything is mostly fine. I think for whatever reason, you're not feeling that way. Or maybe this is just your family member or whoever isn't feeling this way. But for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to assume it's you, the viewer. So anyway, I mean, I don't even really feel the need to go into these two cards, to be honest, because it's good. It's good vibes, you know? Not to discredit them, but it's like, I mean, Queen of Wands is this, she's somebody who, I mean, if you could pick a mother, I feel like you'd want it to be Queen of Wands. You know, she's so compassionate to others, very loving and nurturing like that, very comforting. You know, she is Wands energy. She is fiery like that, but also can be so calming. She's so good at having that fire and passion within her, but also, you know, not letting it get the best of her, being able to control that really well. And then we have the Emperor, who, represents, a very masculine figure, but he's very fatherly, very loving. He has a very methodical and logical way of looking at things, but not too much. He's not in a heartless kind of way. He's good at balancing the, logical reasoning versus taking into account everybody else's feelings and being diplomatic in that way. So to me, it looks like there's a lot of good energy here. I don't really see any bad energy, to be honest with you. This all looks good. But we've got this 8 of Swords here. Now, I'm going to show you the 8 of Swords. Sorry, okay. I'm going to show you this 8 of Swords. We have this person who's tied up, right? And in a very scary situation. But if you'll notice, yes, she's tied up, but also this rope, it's very loose on her, She can wiggle her arms around. But she's just kind of not, And she's got this blindfold on. Almost as if she took the blindfold off and was really able to assess the situation, she could see, oh, yeah, this rope is pretty loose. Oh, if I just kind of, move my arm this way and that, I could get out of this. So what I'm saying is 8 of Swords is about self-victimization, which I know is a strong word, but it's like being trapped in your own negative thoughts, I don't have enough context to say if that's valid or not, but you just are, And we have this 6 of Wands here below that, which specifically in this Dark Grimoire tarot deck, 6 of Wands, or just the 6 cards in general, are about clearly assessing a situation. It's about taking the blindfold off, really, and clearly looking at the situation before you make any next moves, before you make any decisions. So with that said, let's take a look at... Oh, we got the Chariot. Okay, that's another card that here I recently made some shorts about, so if you want more information about that, please take a look at those. But anyway, the Chariot is, the Chariot represents somebody who is taking charge of a situation. He's steering these 2 sphinxes who represent opposing forces, and he's able to take charge and say, hey, this is where we gotta go. Hey, go that way, but also in a very, again, diplomatic kind of way. Being able to have that balance of seeing what's in front of him, figuring out what he needs to do, and going through with his plan, but also in a way that makes it all work, right? And then, yeah, this Clean It Up card. I told you, it's one of my favorites. It really is. It's about getting rid of the negativity, getting rid of the stuff that doesn't work, getting rid of the stuff that is holding you back, getting rid of this blindfold and getting out of the rope and getting out, I think this reading, and I don't mean to come for you with this reading, this reading is here to tell you that you're stronger than you think you are, I don't know why you're being like this. There's a million reasons why you could be like that, and I understand everybody has times like that. But this reading is telling you that there is so much more that you can be doing. There's so much loveliness and good energy. We even got the Chariot upright. That is very successful, very just lovely energy, that is out there. And I think you're just not able to see that. I think you're struggling to see that right now. And again, we all have times when that happens. That's totally normal. But this reading is just encouraging you to embrace those things. Even if it's a bit uncomfortable at first, I think it'll really pay off. So I don't want this to turn into a lecture, but I hope that this doesn't make you feel attacked. I hope that this makes you feel encouraged and empowered to move forward. Because that's what these cards are trying to do. That's all. So anyway, if you have any questions about this, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment, or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. The best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok at The Witch of Jasmine. You can find me on there. I hope that this reading helps you. I hope it gave you some clarity. Like I said, I hope you're leaving this feeling encouraged to continue on and to really look for all the loveliness. That's the word that's in my head right now, just the loveliness that you might be missing out on right now. But I'm wishing you a lot of luck, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye. Hello. All right, let's get into Blessed. I'm curious what this one will be. Of course, I'm curious about literally all of them. As I'm shuffling out these cards, I invite you to take some deep breaths and ground yourself. Why? Oh my gosh, why did you do that? Hold on. There we go. Oh, and there we go. Moving on to the shadow cards. Oh, I did it again. Why did that happen again? I don't know. And there we go. Alright, we've got our cards. Let's dive in. So for our tarot cards, we have Knight of Swords reversed, the Artist, Knight of Wands, the Fool reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed, and Eight of Wands. Wow, this is a lot. Okay, that's a lot. So first, I do want to say, just as a little side note, I'll keep this quick. I have been putting out YouTube shorts lately. I'm very new to it still, but I've been putting out just little videos that really go in depth and describe each card. I don't have a whole lot of them out yet, but I do have the Fool. It was the first one I posted. So if you are curious about that card, or if you're feeling like particularly drawn to that card in this reading, I highly recommend you go check that out to get a little more information about what that card is. So, alright, starting off, we've got Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, I feel like laughing can be rude, but I don't mean it in a rude way. It's just a lot. I'll tell you why. We got Knight of Swords reversed above the Fool reversed. Knight of Swords, I always describe him as being star athlete energy. I mean, he has got this idea in his head. He knows what it is he wants to do and what he wants to accomplish. And he does anything he needs to do to get it. He is going straight after it. And the Fool is actually kind of a similar energy. The Fool is very excited. The Fool, is not as experienced as the Knight of Swords, but he's somebody who wants to go out there in the world and explore everything, and, you know, very much a childlike wonder kind of vibe, a childlike vibe, but not in an immature way necessarily, just like a wanting to see everything and know everything and go everywhere and meet everyone, just very like, oh my gosh, I'm excited, I love everything, you know. But we got both of these cards reversed, and that's a very reckless energy. That's a very, like, I'm exhausted just looking at it. Like, that's a lot. So, I mean, I don't necessarily mean that in a discouraging way. I think there is stuff that you are after and you are doing whatever you can to get it, but I think you're not doing it very efficiently. I think you're going a little too much too fast. So let's look at more of this. We've got the Artist, which actually the Artist is not in the typical traditional tarot deck. It's one that is specific to this deck, the Ethereal Visions deck. And the Artist is all about creativity. It's about letting go of the noise and the stimulation and, you know, any expectations, any societal pressures, any of that outside stuff, and just being like, okay, I have me and I've got the tools in front of me and I want to make some magic. You know, I want to do what I want to do. And I mean, we've got the Six of Pentacles reversed below that, which is about selfishness. It's about greed. I think by doing all of this and just going full steam ahead, I think you might be kind of bumping into some people along the way. You might be neglecting the people that you love, and just being a bit selfish. So with this Artist card, with that one, above that one, I think it's showing that, I mean, maybe you're just looking for external things, you know, because the Artist is about turning inwards, being internal. Again, like I said, just looking at what's in front of you, what you have, not, you know, the fanciest thing on the market, but just like what you have yourself, you know, in order to create these things that you want. And kind of just slowing down, you know, being in touch with yourself, being connected with yourself and your environment. Because, I mean, here we go. We got Knight of Wands and Eight of Wands. I mean, when I tell you I'm like exhausted just looking at this reading, I really am. Because I think by doing this, I mean, you are taking this energy and turning it into a very positive and very successful energy. This is a lot here. Gee, I keep saying that. I'm sorry. But okay, we got Knight of Wands. Well, I mean, both of these are wands. Wands is associated with the fire element. And that is that fiery energy, that creativity, that passion, ambition, like all of that, you know? But more than the swords, it is about that creativity, creative thinking, building something, you know, something that's your own. So Knight of Wands upright is somebody who has a similar kind of star energy, but it's much more controlled, right? Instead of letting that wildfire spread like crazy and get out of control, it's controlled, right? He's got a handle on it, and he's using this powerful stuff, fire, in a way that will benefit him and not hurt others. Maybe it'll even help others as well, you know? And then, yeah, with Eight of Wands, that's very, very quick energy as well. rapid growth, rapid, I don't even know what, just going very quick in a positive direction. So yeah, I mean, I think this is really straightforward. I certainly don't want you to lose any of this very excited, go-getter, ambitious energy. It's just more about shifting that so that it's not so destructive, it's not so reckless. And you might not even be doing it on purpose, you know, but I think just taking that and again, adding some creativity to it. Take advantage of what's around you, you know, and not necessarily something off in the distance, just what's with you and in your environment. And make sure you're still looking out for other people as well. There's nothing in this that's making me think that you have like bad intentions or anything, but I think you might be just so excited and going so fast that you don't even realize that you might be having a negative impact on others. So just be a little more mindful of that, and then, I mean, continue on your way. I don't see you losing that energy anytime soon, so just keep on going. But anyway, if you have any questions, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. The best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok at The Witch of Jasmine. You can find me on there. I hope this reading helped you. I'm wishing you lots and lots of luck with whatever this is. That looks very exciting. That looks wild. Wow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!